Welcome back, guys. Today we are gonna do an eggplant parm miniature pizza, caprese style, and we're going to use a flaxseed egg replacement. So in order to do this, you're gonna need, for every 1 tablespoon of the flaxseed meal, you're gonna want 3 tablespoons of water. I actually prefer to use warm water. I've seen recipes call for different things, but 3 tablespoons of water to every 1 tablespoon of flaxseed meal. We're gonna mix this up and we're gonna let it set while we do everything else. It's gonna need to set for about 10 to 15 minutes and it'll thicken up and you'll see it's like a perfect eggy consistency. Alright, we're gonna let that chill while we do the rest of this. So, the size of the eggplant is gonna make a difference here, okay? So if you want a larger pizza, you're gonna want a larger eggplant. So I'm just gonna cut a thin strip here, thin slice rather. Alright, we're just gonna do one nice one. And then we got our cherry tomatoes. You can use any kind of tomatoes you'd like. I just happen to have cherry tomatoes, so this is what I'm using. I like to cut these into 3 pieces. Again, you can do however you want on this. You can make smaller or bigger pieces. Alright, we got our tomatoes. And we got our basil. I'm just gonna do a chiffonade on the basil. I'm gonna cut it in half. Just lay all these here on top of each other. I'll cut these in half. And then I'm gonna do the traditional roll. And I'm just gonna do thin strips. I'm gonna put some of this on the pizza before it goes in the oven and a little bit more on top for garnish. Alright, now our flaxseed egg is ready to go. I don't know if you can see, consistency is like raw egg. And our air fryer is ready. So we're going to take our eggplant, cover it in the flaxseed, and use a larger bowl. As you can see, it takes kind of a lot of it, so you can make this flaxseed egg mixture in any size batch you'd like. Just remember, for every 1 tablespoon of flaxseed meal, you will need 3 tablespoons of water. Now we're gonna go into our panko breadcrumb mix. All of the seasonings and everything that I put in here will be in the description. This is just a super quick, easy meal you can make. Pack it on there real good. Flip it over and do the same thing. Alright, shake off the excess and then we're going into the air fryer. Straight in and let it go. Alright, this has been going about 10 minutes. We're gonna check it out and go ahead and flip it over. Let it go about another 5 to 10 more minutes. And then we're gonna finish it and put it in the oven. You can also do this in oil if you'd prefer just a traditional fry. I just don't like using as much oil, so I cook most of my stuff in here. But you can cook it any way that you'd like.
Go.
Alright, so this has been going about 20 minutes. I could have turned the heat up a bit and sped this process up a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and pull this out of here. You see it's nice and crispy, nice and brown. Turn this guy off. Get it out of the way. I got my oven over here preheated to 400 degrees, and we're gonna go ahead and build our pizza. So here you have your marinara or pizza sauce or whatever you like to use. I'll put a generous amount on here. Just enough to cover it. Doesn't have to be, you don't want it to make it too soggy. So just spread it out. It's a nice thin layer on there. Now I'm gonna go on with my cheese, which is a vegan mozzarella. I'm gonna put a decent amount on there. Spread it out. Alright, now for some basil. I actually like to also put mushrooms on here. You can add whatever you'd like. I'm not gonna do mushrooms this time. We're gonna go basil, our tomato slices, and of course a little bit of salt and pepper on the tomatoes, because that's always the rule. And look at that, now we're going into the oven. Basically just want it in there long enough to get your cheese nice and melted and everything good and hot. So I'm gonna set a timer for about 10 minutes. Now obviously if you cook this in a skillet with the oil, your time is gonna be a little bit faster than what I did here. Alright, after about 10 minutes in the oven, there we go. We got our nice melt on there. You can see the tomatoes are a little bit shriveled, and that is perfect. Gonna finish this with a little bit more basil, fresh on the top. And I also have a balsamic glaze that I made. Well, don't judge my drizzle here, okay? I don't have a fancy squirt bottle, but this is super simple, super quick and easy if you do it a certain way. You can either do it in the fryer, which actually would have been a lot faster than this, but look at that, so good. If you know somebody doesn't like eggplant, give them this. I bet they like it after that. You can also do all kinds of different toppings. You can do pepperoni, sausage, normal pizza stuff, whatever you want. And there you got it. Eggplant Parm Caprese style pizza. Thanks for joining me, guys.